Right now, we're learning UW officials are asking students returning from study abroad trips do not return to campus as coronavirus concerns grow. And former Vice President Joe Biden earns endorsements from top Democrats as Super Tuesday voting gets underway.
From the Channel3000.com Alert Center, this is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for tuning in to News 3 Now on this Tuesday afternoon. Let's head over to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your forecast. I drove to work this morning in a snowstorm.
Yeah, it was really funny. I looked outside and I thought, well, winter is surely here to remind us that it is indeed still winter and not officially spring just yet. But as quickly as it came, it quickly moved out as well. We had this band of snow move through. It was just very intense in that time frame as it rolled on through, but now that is moving on away from us. We've had some sunshine return this afternoon, so what was on the roads this morning, a lot of that has melted, and a lot of the snowpack on the ground will continue to melt as we go through the day. Here's a live look outside. We'll see periods of cloud cover and periods of sunshine as we go through this afternoon. That's keeping those temperatures relatively about where they were at this time yesterday, but you notice those warmer temperatures to the west, and our winds are coming from that direction as well. So that'll help those temperatures warm up at least a couple of degrees as we head into this afternoon. But with the cloud cover, things will still be a little bit cooler than where they could be. 39 is our temperature right now. We'll be at 41 by 2 o'clock. 43 will be our high today. We'll see clear skies earlier on, but then those clouds begin to thicken up again as we track perhaps another snow chance overnight. Again, I don't think it'll be a big deal, but we'll time this out and talk details in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Chris. New and UW-Madison students who are headed back to the U.S. from canceled study abroad programs are being asked to return to their home address, not UW-Madison. Based on CDC's coronavirus guidelines, these students are asked to self-quarantine for 14 days and monitor for fever, cough, or difficulty breathing. University officials say they are providing direct support and resources to all students who are coming back to the U.S. Governor Tony Evers is planning for the state's political leaders to meet with health officials and discuss how coronavirus is being dealt with. The governor's spokeswoman says the meeting is being planned for tomorrow at the state capitol. The CDC has stopped tallying the number of people tested for coronavirus. U.S. Representative Mark Pocan of Wisconsin wrote to the CDC saying that he was concerned that that number was no longer posted. He wrote, "We deserve to know how many people have been tested." The CDC told CNN that states are testing and they're reporting their own results, and that the CDC's information may not be accurate. Across the U.S., more than 100 cases of coronavirus have been reported in 15 states. 6 people have died. Health investigators are focused on a nursing home just outside Seattle after 4 patients died of the virus. On Capitol Hill, the Senate's Health Education Committee grilled federal health officials.
Testing, how much more capacity will we have by the end of this week versus 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now?
We should have the capacity by the end of the week to have kits available to the laboratories to perform about 1 million tests.
New York State announced a new case today, a man in his 50s with an underlying respiratory illness. The high school one of his children attends in the Bronx is now closed. Madison police are investigating an armed robbery at a Mexican restaurant. Employees at Gloria's Mexican restaurant on Junction Road were closing up last night when 3 armed people wearing masks ordered them to the ground. All 5 employees were tied up while suspects stole personal belongings and restaurant items. No arrests have been made. Madison police are investigating after a woman's body was found on the north side this morning. A passerby saw the body near the 600 block of Woodward Drive. Police say there are no visible signs of trauma, and the medical examiner will determine the cause of death. The Dodge County Sheriff says a body found in a field along State Highway 67 matches the description of a man who went missing last month. Yesterday, a silver alert was canceled for 77-year-old John Bachhuber of Mayville. Officials had received tips that he was seen walking along the highway. The medical examiner is conducting an autopsy. Developing this afternoon, at least 22 people are dead after severe storms and tornadoes ripped through central Tennessee overnight. One twister tore through downtown Nashville. overnight in an area recently transformed in a building boom. Roofs are now ripped off dozens of buildings, including the popular concert venue Basement East. Election officials say they're assessing Super Tuesday polling stations in the area that may have been significantly damaged by the storm. And Super Tuesday voting is already underway in what could go a long way in determining who will be the Democratic nominee to take on President Trump this fall. Natalie Brand is at a polling location in Alexandria, Virginia.
Senator Bernie Sanders cast a vote in his home state of Vermont, one of 14 states in American Samoa voting today, with roughly a third of Democratic delegates at stake.
To beat Donald Trump, we are going to need to have the largest voter turnout in the history of this country. We need energy. We need excitement. I think our campaign is that campaign.
Sanders has an edge in delegates and polls in key states heading into Super Tuesday, but former Vice President Joe Biden is now trying to consolidate the moderate vote.
The Democrats want a nominee who's a Democrat, a lifelong Democrat, a proud Democrat, an Obama-Biden Democrat. Then join us.
Biden received a boost Monday night with 3 former presidential hopefuls throwing their support behind him.
While I'm ending my campaign, I can't think of a better way to end it than joining Vice President Biden.
The 11th hour shakeup in the race forced some voters to make a last-minute decision.
I had wanted to vote for Pete.
Virginia voter Nancy McKenna says Monday's endorsement of Biden made a difference for her.
I mean, it was significant in the sense that I had to make a shift, but also I think it helped me make a shift that may, in the long run, have been necessary.
Former New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg enters Super Tuesday as the wild card. Tonight will be the first test of his unorthodox campaign and unprecedented spending. The billionaire is already looking beyond Super Tuesday, campaigning in Florida.
I have no intention of dropping out. We're in it to win it.
So is Elizabeth Warren, who voted in her home state of Massachusetts, but is expected to head to Michigan tonight. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Alexandria, Virginia.
Early voting has been underway for weeks in some Super Tuesday states, such as California and Texas, and many of those votes were cast before candidates dropped out. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
I know you love your potatoes, but I bet you've never made them like we're making them today.
Find your style at Menards with 11% off Patriot lighting.
Or you could add stylish storage with 11% off all Dakota shelving.
Insulate and save big on energy costs. Plus, get 11% off.
Create your dream Clearview kitchen with 11% off.
You'll be floored by our vinyl plank flooring. Get 11% off all of it.
Whatever you're working on, you'll get 11% off now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
There's no secret to caring for your loved one in a nursing home or an assisted living facility, but visiting frequently and talking to staff is by far the most effective way to make sure that they're being cared for appropriately.
Call Bowler & Vaughn for a free consultation.
Make time to escape to the coast and enjoy 60 miles of beautiful beaches and let the sound of the ocean's tide take you to your happy place. Now's the perfect time to book your spring getaway to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Besides, you deserve it. Seize your moment now and come, let go, and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time.
Let go and unwind on Myrtle Beach Time. You call me devious, but you don't understand that all I am is a little mysterious.
So what do you think?
I love it.
I grew up working in my family's supper clubs. This is where it started with us as far as the fish that we serve at Culver's today. We source the finest cod and batter each fillet by hand and always cook it to order. That beautiful golden brown color and flaky on the inside. The fish fry is a Midwest tradition. It's about coming together. It's families, friends. I love bringing this tradition to guests everywhere. Mom and Dad would be proud. Welcome to Delicious.
Tired of the cold? Then warm up with winter cocktails, spirits, food, and live music at Madison Magazine's Top Shelf Winter Taste. It's March 9th from 6 to 9 at the beautiful Edgewater Hotel. Tickets now available at MadisonMagazineExperience.com. Pick up a copy of Madison Magazine and have the city at your fingertips. Dining, entertainment, where to go, and what to see. Original reporting, local business, and politics. Pick up the latest issue on newsstands now.
We're a country that loves our potatoes. We love them smashed, mashed, boiled, baked, fried, scalloped, even grilled. And no matter how many different ways we make them, we're always looking for new ideas. And we've come up with a good one. What we do is wash some baking potatoes, and after drying them, so they won't be slippery, we place them on a cutting board, and we lay a couple of wooden spoons down each side. Like this. All right, I bet you're thinking, what the heck are those for? Check this out. What they do is act as a guide so we don't cut all the way through our potatoes. After making 8 to 10 slits on each potato, we brush them with some seasoned olive oil, and into the oven they go. And to make them really stand out, after they bake, we're gonna spoon some bottled pesto over them. Look how these fanned out while they baked, thanks to our little wooden spoon trick. Between drizzling them with the pesto and finishing them off with some grated Parmesan, you can bet every bite will be packed with goodness. The recipe for our pesto spiral potatoes is online now, and it's one of those dishes that is as weeknight friendly as it is company fancy. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a unique way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Thank you, Howard. Next at noon, a chance for some light snow overnight, but warmer than normal temperatures are sticking around this week. Chris has your first Warren forecast next.
You were always the responsible one, so much like me, always taking care of everyone else. But this wasn't your responsibility. I already took care of the arrangements. The Ryans made it so easy. I didn't want you to worry about a thing. It's my last gift to you, my lovely daughter.
Not just better, it's the best Outback ever. The new 2020 Subaru Outbacks are at Don Miller. You'll get the Outback Advantage with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive and EyeSight driver assist technology. Now with the Subaru A Lot to Love event, lease the Outback Premium, $249 per month, 36 months, 10,000 miles per year, no security deposit, $1949 due at signing, or choose 0.9% financing. The Outback at Don Miller Subaru, west on Odana or east side, High Crossing Boulevard, Madison.
Don Miller. Finding the perfect pillow can be overwhelming, which is why Denver Mattress turned to a doctor.
I've been recommending Doctor's Choice mattresses for 20 years, but you can't get a great night's sleep without the right pillow.
So follow the doctor's orders with a Doctor's Choice pillow. Hypoallergenic and machine washable, these microfiber pillows create the ultimate neck cradling comfort and support. Right now, buy one pillow, get one free for only $69.99 plus free shipping. Shop in-store or online and get your Doctor's Choice pillow today.
What we achieve for patients is life-changing.
You get your smile back, your confidence back in just one day.
A new smile at a price you can afford.
With the dignity and respect you deserve.
Don't wait another day. Nothing is more life-changing than a healthy, confident smile.
Now get 10% off all dentures. But hurry, this offer ends soon. Call 1-800-DENTURE today to schedule your consultation.
Hi, everyone. Wednesday morning, we'll be taking a closer look at the results from Super Tuesday and what it could mean for Wisconsin's primary next month.
And even if you aren't worried about coronavirus, you might be worried about what it's doing to your savings.
We'll explain why starting at 4:30.
Accurate news as it happens, right here where you live. Information that you can use from the team you can trust. For more local stories that impact your life, News 3 Now. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Well, the Fed steps in to calm financial fears, and maybe meatless fried chicken tastes like chicken for a reason. Diane King Hall has your Money Watch report.
Reserve has announced a rare rate cut outside of its normal meeting schedule. The central bank cut benchmark lending rates by 50 basis points to a range of 1 and 1.25% in an effort to stem financial fallout from the coronavirus. Policymakers say the decision was unanimous. Tweet from home. That's the word from Twitter, which is telling all employees to work from home as much as possible amid the widening coronavirus outbreak. The company says it made the decision out of an abundance of caution. Facebook will not be part of this year's South by Southwest Festival amid the coronavirus outbreak. It is now the second tech giant to pull out of next week's conference in Austin, Texas. Twitter announced Sunday it would not be participating. More than 20,000 people have signed a petition to cancel the event as the coronavirus continues to spread. So far, the festival is still on. And KFC's Beyond Fried Chicken has seen its share of success, but check the fine print. According to the fast food chain, the meatless option is 100% plant-based, but it is prepared in the same fryers as the real chicken. The result is technically not vegetarian, let alone vegan. KFC says its Beyond Fried Chicken gets its protein from soy, wheat, and peas. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the New York Stock Exchange, I'm Diane King Hall.
Diane, thank you. A wild day on Wall Street so far. The Dow Industrials down 482 points. The NASDAQ down 144. The S&P 500 down 46. Let's check in now with Q106 Farm Director Pam Jahnke. Tastes like chicken, I guess.
I guess. You're eating chicken, but you're worried about it being vegan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying. Okay, I'm not up on my labels, I guess. What I am up on is that our commodities are going in the opposite direction of financials right now, Mark. Corn is up almost 6 cents right now. Some contracts 7 cents. The soybeans are up about 3, and the wheat market is also coming back after soft trade earlier this week. We got some of our export numbers this morning. I'm not sure if it really bears out that much action on the upside, but we are seeing more money start to flow back into commodities, and that's something that obviously we need to keep the prices strong. Meanwhile, here at home, farmers are being encouraged to be very, very careful. You're encouraged by this warm weather. I get it. And you had a really nasty fall and winter. I get it. You want to get out and start spreading manure, but be very careful. Joe Batten, who is the DNR official up in Green Bay, their office up there, said that you have to realize there are a lot more people paying attention to what you're doing than ever before. And these are people that have studied the rules, studied the regulations, and know what your guidelines are. He said he is already prepared for plenty of phone calls, plenty of reports, and plenty of visits to farms that might be walking right on the edge as far as safely handling their manure. So please be very careful. Remember, there is a manure risk management map that's available online. It'll basically give you a forecast as to your risk if you decide that you're going to land spread some of that manure now. I mean, it is a beautiful day outside. I saw a lot of folks spread manure, but thank goodness it was on ground that obviously wasn't at risk. But be careful if you decide you're going that route. Today in Chicago, barrel cheese dropped 4 3/4 cents to 153 3/4. 40-pound block cheese down a half at 176 1/4 after a 10+ cent gain yesterday. Butter down 3 at $1.86. Don't forget my favorite event every other year, World Champion Cheese Contest, is underway, Mark, at the Monona Terrace Convention Center. The 50 judges are already busy. They got to get more than 3,600 samples taken care of before Thursday evening at about 7:30 when we find out who the champion really is.
It's a big deal, that's for sure.
It is. And right now, today and tomorrow, free and open to the public. You can go on down and see what you can sample.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Pam. Here's Chris now with a look at our forecast. A little snow this morning, maybe a little more tonight.
Yeah, that's right. We're watching that snow depth closely because it's been kind of a battle as we've gone through the past couple of days. We get the sunshine that melts everything. And then you had mornings like this morning where you thought you were driving to work in a snowstorm. But as quickly as it moved in, things did move on out. I still expect the snow depth to continue to decrease as we go through time. Now, here's high-resolution Doppler. Right now, we're clear towards the west. If you look back towards north and east, there's a little bit of some snow still left. But this is the last 6 hours, folks. You see how quickly that band moved from parts of Minnesota through western Wisconsin. Now we find it over Lake Michigan. Back towards the west, things are relatively quiet. But there's still a couple disturbances that we're watching. This is the one that brought the snowflakes this morning. This is the one, and it's very quick moving, that I expect to be in the area by the time we get you towards tomorrow morning or so. In fact, Future Track shows how that dives towards the south. Here we are at midnight tonight, and that will slide right across southern Wisconsin And again, I do want to stress, I do not expect that to be a big deal at all. In fact, let's go ahead and time it out and show you how things play out through the rest of this afternoon, tonight, and into tomorrow. Here we are at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Winds will still be coming out of the west. I expect temperatures to be right around 43 degrees. Now we move into tonight. This is midnight, 12:30 in the morning. Temperatures are right at 33, but you see the clouds starting to increase from the west, and you see that little streak of snow coming on through. Now we're at 3 o'clock in the morning. Notice this really targets areas from about Madison and points towards the south. So I'm watching this one closely simply because I expect it to clip Madison, but there's still a chance that this could trend a little bit further towards the north. So we'll have to watch every hour-by-hour update as we go through the rest of the afternoon and tonight. Now, once we get through 5 o'clock, 6 in the morning, a lot of that's on out of here. So I don't expect impacts, or any major impacts rather, when it comes to that morning commute tomorrow. Instead, the morning commute should be relatively quiet as the snowflakes look to fall overnight while most of us are asleep. But the sunshine returns once again as we go through tomorrow, and once again we'll see those temperatures returning into the 40s. But here's future track snowfall. Notice how we see 1/4 of an inch or so in Madison, and it's really highlighting the state line for about 2 inches. I think that's a bit overdone, and I expect that this is highly overdone, but we will keep a very close eye on that trend. One thing I do know is that we're going to see a big warm-up once again by the time we get towards the weekend. That big ridge of warmth begins to develop out towards the west. That heads our direction. If you like the number 60, we're going to be flirting with that one, especially by the time we get you towards your Sunday. Our forecast high 57 for your Sunday. Oh, I've put the spring forward on the wrong day. All right, so we're going to spring forward Saturday into Sunday, but then even Saturday we're going to see sunshine, temperatures up near 50. So this is a really warm forecast overall. We're still seeing these temperatures that are well above average. Not only are we in the 40s, but at this point all of our 40-degree days other than tomorrow will be knocking on the door of 50.
We'll take it.
All right.
Chris. Next to noon, Angie Edge is here from the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin. She's showing us how to make cheesy cauliflower pizza. Stay with us.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You wouldn't go to Stanton, would you, Fergus? You don't think that Stanton's glasses are more beautiful than mine, do you?
I am going to ask you one last time.
At Stanton Optical, get 2 pair for $59.95, plus a free eye exam.
Do you suffer from chronic or severe back or neck pain? Did you know that there's now a treatment method available right here at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center that offers hope of avoiding spinal surgery for those suffering with bulging, herniated, or degenerative discs? Our therapies help reduce pain related to these conditions and have a high success rate in helping people just like you avoid back or neck surgery.
I've experienced low back pain for over 15 years. I had back surgery when I was 26 and had difficulties recovering. The doctors at Midwest Spine and Nerve Center have given me a new lease on life. I am now able to enjoy an active, pain-free lifestyle.
Call Midwest Spine and Nerve Center now to schedule a no-obligation consultation to see if our progressive pain-relieving therapies are right for you.
In life, there are talkers and there are doers. Mike Bloomberg has spent his life getting things done. Started a company from scratch, creating 20,000 good-paying jobs. That's getting it done. As mayor, he rebuilt a shaken city after 9/11, created over 450,000 jobs, expanded healthcare to 700,000, and raised teacher pay. Elected for 3 terms because he got things done. Mike beat the NRA, strengthening gun laws. He beat Big Coal, closing over 300 dirty coal-fired plants. Mike is still getting things done. So ask yourself, for president, do you want a debater or a doer? Someone with workable, common-sense plans to fix healthcare and create jobs, who's done both. Mike has the record and resources to beat Trump, and it'll take both. But Mike will get it done.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
They look great. They're affordable. Stanton, how do you do it? Oh, nice. Are those? Get out!
At Stanton Optical, get 2 pair for $59.95, plus a free eye exam.
Welcome back. Angie Edge from the Dairy Farmers of Wisconsin is here to show us to make a low-carb alternative to regular pizza,
Yes.
cauliflower pizza.
Yes, it has a cauliflower crust with 3 types of Wisconsin cheeses, so I'm excited to tell you about it. I've already made the pre-made homemade crust ahead of time.
You made this?
I did, and
Okay.
we used rice cauliflower, 2 packages. You can find it in almost any freezer section in the grocery store. And then we've added in some Wisconsin Parmesan cheese, some Wisconsin mozzarella, of course cheese and more cheese, and then some eggs also to kind of hold the crust together. So you're gonna bake the crust and some Italian seasoning in the oven for about 40 minutes, and you can see it gets to a nice golden brown. And then the fun happens because we add more cheese and more ingredients. So you're gonna add some homemade, actually some store-bought pizza sauce and cover that on your pizza. And then you can kind of add whatever you want to your pizza, but we have some Wisconsin mozzarella cheese from Wyowiga Star Dairy.
You can't have enough cheese
You
on
can't
pizza.
have enough cheese, and it's fun to try different blends of cheeses as well. And then we're gonna add some fresh mushrooms on your pizza, as long as some bell peppers. We added some mini ones to give lots of color and flavor. And then basically you can put this in the oven so the cheese melts, the vegetables cook through for about 10 minutes until your cheese melts, and then you're gonna add more cheese again.
Of course you are.
Then also to give it a little more color, you can add some spinach to it, as you can see on the prepared pizza, and then some Wisconsin feta as well. So we're really proud of the 3 cheeses that we're adding because, Wisconsin makes so many great cheeses, but the 2 that we have in the crust are Wisconsin Parmesan and Wisconsin mozzarella, both very popular cheeses in Wisconsin, and then we've added more mozzarella to the top. And then the feta is one of our another award-winning cheeses that's made right in Monroe. They have won over 300 awards and have 6 master cheesemakers. And the Wyowiga also has a master cheesemaker and 4 generations of cheesemaking. So all of our cheesemakers have such great stories to tell and such great awards.
Can't wait to dig in.
And this week is the World Championship Cheese Contest as well, so we're hoping for some big Wisconsin winners.
WisconsinCheese.com for the recipe. Ange, thank you.
Thank you.
Here's Chris with a final check of your forecast.
That's right. We did have a little chance of some snow earlier this morning. That is since gone, so we're going to be partly sunny as we go through the rest of the day. Look for temperatures topping out into the lower 40s. We'll see that chance once again headed into tomorrow. More sunshine Friday and Saturday, but we do watch another chance of rain by the time we get towards the work week, and then by Sunday, we will certainly flirt with 60 degrees.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.